On a sun-drenched Greek island, a bride-to-be secretly invites three men to her wedding because any one of them could be her father. Mamma Mia, 2008, turned ABBA's greatest hits into the most joyful movie musical of the century. Meryl Streep plays the free-spirited hotel owner Donna. Amanda Seyfried plays her daughter, the bride Sophie. Pierce Brosnan, Colin Firth, and Stellan Skarsgård play the three possible fathers. Christine Baranski and Julie Walters played Donna's wild best friends. Director Phyllida Lloyd staged the whole sparkling spectacle. Donna belts out a song across the rooftops of her crumbling island villa. And there's one secret this film has hidden for over 17 years, an answer it flat out refuses to give you. Stay to the very end to find out. 20 facts counting down. Facts 20. Meryl Streep begged to be in the movie. Streep first saw Mamma Mia as a stage show and fell completely in love with it. She was so smitten that she wrote to the producers asking to join. She simply had to be part of the joyful ABBA spectacle. On screen, that pure delight is everywhere. Donna dances across her island home without a single care in the world. Donna throws herself into every song with total giddy abandon. An Oscar-winning legend chased a silly musical like a devoted fan. Fact 19. Pierce Brosnan had no idea what he'd signed up for. When his agent called, Brosnan barely learned any details at all. He was told only that the film shot in Greece and starred Meryl Streep. That was enough for him, so he said yes on the spot. On screen, his character fits right into the chaos. Sam steps off the boat onto the island, older and full of regret. Sam gazes at Donna as decades of history come flooding back. An actor signed on to a musical blind just to work with a legend. Fact 18. The former James Bond was terrified to sing. Brosnan had played the suave, unflappable James Bond for years, but singing left him genuinely, mildly terrified in the recording studio. He later called his big number a warhorse of a song. On screen, his rough, heartfelt singing became legendary in its own way. Sam pours his whole soul into a wobbly, earnest ballad. Sam bears his feelings to Donna in song, flaws, and all. The coolest man in movies was scared stiff of a microphone. Fact 17. The leading men couldn't sing or dance at all. Brosnan, Colin Firth, and Stellan Skarsgård were all nervous wrecks about the music. None of them considered himself any kind of real performer. One co-star joked that getting them to move and sing was like rocket science. On screen, that awkward charm somehow works perfectly. Sam, Harry, and Bill stumble gamely through the big numbers together. The three dads sing their hearts out in spite of themselves. A trio of terrified actors became the film's lovable, off-key heart. Fact 16. The director had never made a film before. Mamma Mia was a massive, star-studded production. Yet its director, Phyllida Lloyd, had never made a movie in her life. She had directed the hit stage version and made the leap to film. On screen, you would never guess it was her first. Donna and her friends move through big, joyful, perfectly staged numbers. The whole island bursts into song with seamless energy. A first-time filmmaker delivered one of the biggest musicals ever made. Fact 15. Two ABBA legends secretly appear in the film. The songs came from ABBA's Benny Andersson and Björn Ulvaeus. Both men couldn't resist sneaking into their own movie. Benny turns up playing piano, and Björn appears in the credits as a Greek god. On screen, their cameos are blink-and-you-miss-it treats. Donna and the Islanders sing the songs these two men wrote decades ago. The whole film pulses with ABBA's unmistakable magic. The pop legends behind the music quietly joined the party themselves. Fact 14. Streep performed her big ballad live on a cliff. The emotional peak of the film is Donna's heartbroken solo. Streep sang it for real, standing on a wind-swept cliff above the sea. Her raw performance was so powerful, the crew reportedly burst into applause. On screen, it's a stunning gut punch of emotion. Donna faces Sam and pours out years of buried pain in song. Donna stands alone on the cliff edge, trembling and fierce. A raw, live performance became the beating heart of the whole movie. Fact 13. Streep was secretly a trained singer all along. Many fans assumed Streep just happened to be good at singing. In fact, she had taken opera lessons as a child. She had also sung in several earlier films across her long career. On screen, that training shines through completely. Donna soars through the film's most demanding songs with ease. Donna makes every single note feel effortless and alive. Hollywood's greatest actress was quietly a serious singer, too. Fact 12. The whole film was shot on two tiny Greek islands. The paradise setting wasn't a studio fake or a painted backdrop. Most of it was filmed on the real islands of Skopelos and Skyathos. The cast and crew lived and worked in that Mediterranean beauty. On screen, that authenticity glows in every frame. Donna's crumbling villa clings to a genuine sun-baked hillside. Sophie races along real beaches and clear blue water. An actual Greek paradise became the film's most beloved character. Fact 11. Two of the young stars fell in love for real. The film's young couple shared obvious sparks on screen. Off camera, Amanda Seyfried and Dominic Cooper began a real romance. The two started dating after meeting on the shoot. On screen, that genuine chemistry is easy to feel. Sophie and Sky steal tender moments between the wedding chaos. Sky sweeps Sophie up as the whole island celebrates. A make-believe island wedding sparked a real-life love story. Fact 10. It became one of the biggest musicals ever made. Nobody expected an ABBA jukebox movie to break records. Made for around $52 million, it grossed over $700 million worldwide. For a time, it was the highest grossing film in British box office history. On screen, the joy was simply irresistible. Donna and her friends throw the party of a lifetime. The whole island sings and dances in pure celebration. A humble little musical became a global box office monster. Fact 9. A whole ABBA song was cut from the film. The movie is already packed with the band's greatest hits, but at least one full number didn't make the final cut. A song featuring Sophie and Bill was filmed, then left on the cutting room floor. On screen, the finished film still overflows with music. Sophie sings her way through her mother's secret past. Bill turns up as one of the three men who might be her father. Even with songs cut, the movie barely stops singing for a breath. Fact 8. The cast reunited after the credits for a disco party. Most films simply roll their credits and end. This one throws one last glittering musical bash. As the credits begin, the whole cast returns in wild 70s glam costumes. On screen, it's a joyful victory lap. Donna, Tanya, and Rosie strut out in sequins and platform boots. The three dads join them for one final ridiculous number. A movie that loved to party refused to stop even at the very end. Fact 7. The film single-handedly revived ABBA. By 2008, ABBA's music had long since faded from the charts. The movie's soundtrack sent the band's songs soaring all over again. A whole new generation fell in love with their music. On screen, that magic is obvious. Donna and the Islanders make every classic feel brand new. The songs burst with life in the Greek sunshine. One movie handed a beloved band a spectacular second act. Fact 6. Meryl Streep did her own wild stunts. Donna spends the film leaping, climbing, and racing everywhere. Streep, then in her late 50s, threw herself into all of it. She refused to hold back for even a second on the physical comedy. On screen, that fearless energy is contagious. Donna bounds across rooftops and tumbles downstairs. Donna dances like a woman half her age. An acting legend brought pure athletic joy to every scene. Fact 5. The movie changed its own ending from the stage show. The film doesn't finish quite the way audiences might expect. In a twist, the big wedding everyone's preparing for never actually happens. Instead, Sophie postpones it, and a different couple ties the knot. On screen, that surprise gives the story real heart. Sophie chooses freedom and adventure over rushing into marriage. Donna finds unexpected happiness of her very own instead. A crowd-pleasing musical still managed to zig where you'd expect it to zag. Fact 4. One of the three dads has a secret of his own. The film gives each potential father a distinct personality, but one of them, Harry, carries a quiet revelation. By the end, it's revealed that Harry is gay, a poignant modern touch. On screen, that reveal lands with warmth and grace. Harry embraces his true self among friends who love him. Harry finds acceptance in Donna's freewheeling island world. A feel-good musical slipped in a tender, progressive twist. Fact 3. The Clifftop Wedding Chapel is a real church. The tiny white chapel where the wedding is set looks almost too perfect. In reality, it's a genuine little church perched high on a Greek clifftop. Visitors must climb hundreds of steep steps to reach it. On screen, that dizzying setting is breathtaking. Sophie makes her way up to the chapel high above the sea. The whole wedding party gathers on that stunning rocky peak. A real island church became one of cinema's most romantic locations. Fact 1. This is the secret ending the film has hidden for over 17 years. Here's the twist most people completely forget. Across the entire movie, Sophie is desperate to learn which man is her real father. And yet, the film never actually tells us the answer. In a final choice, the three men agree that none of them needs to know for certain. Each one happily agrees to be one-third of a father instead. On screen, Sophie walks down the aisle flanked by all three of her dads. Sophie embraces the mystery rather than solving it. For over 17 years across the whole franchise, that secret has never once been revealed. The biggest question in Mamma Mia is one the filmmakers deliberately refuse to answer. Fact 2. The whole cast came back a decade later. Fans adored the film so much that one movie simply wasn't enough. 10 years on, nearly the entire cast returned for a sequel. It brought back the island, the songs, and the beloved characters. On screen, the original still sparkles just as brightly. Donna and her friends light up the screen with pure joy. Sophie's story became one fans wanted to revisit again and again. A one-off musical grew into a beloved ongoing saga. From a terrified Bond to a first-time director and a mystery that's still never been solved, Mamma Mia was pure joy built on a few sweet secrets. It turned ABBA and a Greek island into movie magic. Subscribe for more secrets hiding inside the films you thought you knew. Some questions are more fun left unanswered.